Hello and welcome back to the MLB DFS slate breakdown for Thursday. We will be going over the afternoon slate. It's a 5-game slate on a Thursday. I love it. Now let's dive right in. I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann. Come join us at LineStar. $39.99 per month gets you access to all we do, the props, the DFS. You get it all. Now, let's jump on in. So, it is the 5-game slate. But we're going to start over the perfect lineups, then get into the winning lineups yesterday, followed by some stack attacks. Pitchers to consider, and then stack attacks. So, we got FanDuel, perfect lineup. Chris Sale went absolutely nuts. And then we had a 2-man Houston stack and some one-offs with the winning lineup on FanDuel going to Squirrel Patrol with Sale, with a 4-man KC stack, 3-man Toronto, one off of Colton Cowser, who has been on fire lately. And to wrap it out, we got 252 total. Congrats to Squirrel Patrol. Let's jump on over to DraftKings and see what we got over here. Our winning lineup our perfect lineup goes to Sale, goes to Eric Lauer. I wrote him off yesterday, and he had a game. So that's my bad, y'all. 2-man Houston stack, one-offs over here as well, and the winning lineup goes to Mythical Rhymer 01, who had Bubic, had Sale, had a big Houston stack, 2-man Bolton, one-off of Baltimore, one-off of Garcia. The old 5-2-1 does it again. Let's dig into this slate and see what we can uncover. May be a bit of a interesting one today. So DraftKings highest owned pitcher, we got Yamamoto, 35% owned versus the Padres. Oh man, rough 4-game series here, and we're rounding it out with the Dodgers' best pitcher. Guy's been dealing all season, struggled a little recently, but it's still a fit before. This guy is very good. Only issue I see here for Yamamoto is he has struggled a little bit against the Padres. In October, 5 innings, only 2 Ks, 3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs. In April of last year, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. And his first outing, absolutely blown up. But that was his first major league outing ever. All in all, I wouldn't look too much into this. October baseball, he was coming back from injury. First games in the major leagues. You know, I think he's probably in a fine situation. And if this BVP data has people going elsewhere, I'm pretty interested. My only thing that he is averaging 38% or 28% less fantasy points at home. And we got some nice hitting weather here. Next, we got Spencer Strider, 10.6K, 31% owned. Strider came back and absolutely was dealing last time out. He has been roughed up by the Mets a little bit. Mets obviously a good hitting team, but Spencer Strider is one of the best pitchers in the game. I'm fine going some Strider. There's not a whole lot of options today, especially if you want to pay up. You got Yamamoto and you got Strider. Both are in tough situations. Next, you got Christopher Sanchez, 9K. I actually think he is my preferred pay-up option, and he's only 9K today. 3.41 FIP over the last 20. 2.89 over the last 5. Mid-20s K rate. StatCast data is good. Splits, Miami's actually been hitting pretty well lately, especially versus lefties. All in all, though, I think Christopher Sanchez can absolutely shut them down, and I love the upside for him. I'm all in on Sanchez. Pivot-wise, Drew Rasmussen, 7,800. Look, Baltimore Orioles have been hitting lately, so I don't love going against them. But Rasmussen, 3.33 FIP over the last 20, 3.19 over the last 5. Low 20s K rate. StatCast data is okay. Splits, like I said, Baltimore's been hitting righty, so I don't love the spot, but he's definitely a pay down option that I'm interested in. Next, we got Colton Gordon, 6,700, 2.2x versus the A's. The A's have really struggled versus lefties. They're striking out a lot. Colton Gordon, 25% K rate over his last 5. StatCast data is very sketchy, though. 42% fly balls, 34% hard contact. We have like 78-degree weather with pretty hard winds blowing out. So this ball really could fly today. If the A's are able to connect a little bit, the ball could definitely really go. So I'm interested in Gordon, but I also don't love the hitting weather here going with the pitcher. But 67 is too cheap for a guy that's hit 19 in the last 2 games, has a 25% K rate over the last 5, and the A's are striking out. Interested in that spot. Next, we got Charlie Morton, only 6,500. Over the last 5, the guy has totally figured it out. 2.36 FIP, 30.8% K rate. Now, over the last 20 is at 4.65 FIP and a 22% K rate. So something's got to give here. But I'm also not super worried about the Rays, and it's also pretty standard hitting weather in Tampa Bay. I'm interested, not going to go all in, but the upside is there, and the guy's been dealing lately, so it's a little interesting. We have a 5-game slate. You're going to have to get a little uncomfortable somewhere. Now, on to FanDuel. Highest owned, we got Christopher Sanchez, then Yamamoto, Spencer Strider after that. Those clearly are the top 3 options, but I still do have some interest in Rasmussen, Morton, or Gordon. If you get different there, then you're going to be able to pay up for some Dodger bats, pay up for Houston, Baltimore, kind of whatever you want there. So absolutely interested going that route. Now let's check out some stacks before we round out this quick little Thursday episode. So Houston, highest owned versus Jacob Lopez. Lopez, 4.73 FIP. In the major leagues. Nice hitting weather, makes some sense. They are very high owned though, so I understand if you want to get a little different. You could also go with the Astros, but just play some of the lower owned guys so you're getting away from some of that high owned situation. Highest projected, we got Houston, Tampa Bay, and the Dodgers. Dodgers are facing Bergen. Berger is a nice little prospect, but very young in the MLB, could get blown up. Houston, we talked about already. Tampa Bay versus Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton, absolutely demolished to start the season. If it goes that way again, and Tampa Bay has been hitting well, he could get crushed. I don't mind having some Tampa Bay. I absolutely would say play both sides of that one a little bit. Highest value, we got Houston, Philly, and Miami. Philadelphia versus Edward Cabrera. Last 2 games, they've only let him go like mid-60s in pitches. So if that stays, you also get more relief situation. I have a little interest in Philly for sure. Houston's obvious, and don't love Miami going against Sanchez, but I don't mind a little bit on a 5-game slate. Highest ceiling, Mets, Dodgers, Houston. Look, Strider struggled his first few starts. Figured it out last game. Which one are we going to see? Are we going to see the guy that had the arm angle that was a little different? The velocity wasn't fully there. Or are we going to see that velocity fully back? If the velocity's back, Strider's back. So it's a big decision to make there. If that velo's down, he's going to get absolutely blown up again. So I think there is a path to using some Mets. But if that velo is up, like it was last game, Strider is probably going to be Strider. Now, our highest leverage spots, we got Mets and our team total tab. 5.4 for the Dodgers, 5.3 for Houston, 4.7 for the Athletics. All are very interesting. I think you got to at least consider the Padres here versus Yamamoto, even though Yamamoto is very good. It's going to be a leverage play. And we got really nice hitting weather in LA tonight. Also, very nice hitting weather in Atlanta, and Clay Holmes hasn't been very good lately. I think it makes some sense to want to have some ATL. Tampa Bay, Baltimore. I mean, all those games are pretty good hitting weather. So you absolutely can consider anything, and you don't necessarily tonight need to make your stacks based on that hitting weather. But Tampa Bay, Baltimore, either one of these teams can go off tonight. It's kind of a hard slate because it's not, there's no, I think you have to have this team situation. Houston is probably going to be super, super chalky, but I really think they're probably going to go a little over-owned considering some of the other spots. The problem with the other spots, it's hard to really figure out who is in the best one. Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, all are in decent spots, but all three pitchers have been pretty good at some point during this year, so all three could snap back. So, pretty much I would be mixing and matching these top six stacks. The Dodgers, Houston, Athletics, Braves, Tampa Bay, Baltimore. Those are the ones that are most likely to be a must-have. So mix and match them. Figure it out if you're making a couple lines. If you're making only one, probably, have Houston and then go with a low-owned secondary stack. That'll do it for us today, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. And we'll be back with more tomorrow. Peace.